everybody, and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 14, Week 4. We got Grim Adventures, Matty and the Boys, back once again, or as we call them, the Grim Adventures of Boys and Matty. Taking on CHRONO LUCILFER, and I'm sitting here today, doing one of the more unusual casts, right? You know, we do these a couple of times a couple of times a season, so I'm sitting here today with the captain of CHRONO LUCILFER. We got Pohohoro with us. How's it going, Pohohoro?
It is going absolutely great. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to cast my own game, and it's a pleasure to do nothing but shit talk the boys Grim, Matty of Adventures the and.
Fantastic. Got the Death Prophet and the Undying bands here to start out. What's your thought process with those bands? What are you looking for there?
10 seconds remaining.
Well, you know, Death Prophet paired Pohohoro and Undying, very annoying to deal with in lane.
Yeah, just kind of generic bands there, I suppose. Probably nothing too deep there. I mean, yeah, I think you can kind of assume, like, I don't know, but I think you can kind of assume that Tall Balls is a Trash Boat player, is a Death Prophet player. We know for a fact Trash Boat's a Death Prophet player. And Matty Boy likes to pretend he can, so he'll pick it. Grim Adventures asking, please pick Void this time. Please pick Faceless Void. We're begging for it, says Matty Boy.
Remaining.
Let's see if Pohohoro, who is you,
Although
delivers.
we did go into the draft knowing that Tall Ball is indeed
Radiant team
Yeah.
pick. Radiant
Although we did
team
go into the
pick.
draft knowing that Tall Balls is indeed a Trash Boat player.
Damn.
Yeah.
First pick.
It was a tough thing to draft around. My favorite hero of all time.
Yep, you've played many
I've got
games.
so many
with this.
games on it. I've lost count.
10
And you've kind of lost
seconds
control of your life. First pick Marcy on the other side of the coin.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know, it does seem to me, and Manoy did point it out. Do you think people are going to be banning the Jakiro a lot in the future? Do you think it's a big enough deal, honestly? Like, even if it is a very big comfort hero for you, like, is it really worth not, like... Because, you know, it feels like he loses so much effectiveness if you ban out his comforts. No silencer. No skills, rather. I am beginning to believe that maybe you weren't as prepared to hit the go button as you thought you were.
Maybe
10
that
seconds remaining.
go button was, yeah,
5 seconds remaining.
a little
It seems
not
like...
as stable as I thought.
Yeah, maybe not. It's okay. It'll be the gimmick of this
The go
particular
kart track
cast.
has a little bumps on it. I'll just be phasing in and out of existence the entire cast.
Yeah, everybody's
They'll
gonna...
ask me a question, I would just won't respond to it.
Yeah, I already did that a couple of times here, so, you know, we're doing well so far.
Yep,
Marcy
we're doing
Sensor.
perfect.
And he running back.
I do
the
think,
sauce.
however,
Back.
they might ban the Jakiro. I just don't know if it's going to be first phase because there are just so many annoying heroes that might need to be banned in that first phase.
Radiant team
And if we just
back.
keep first phase picking Jakiro, it is extreme comfort. I don't think people are going to have the opportunity to ban it.
Yeah, more than likely. Got a Night Stalker up here. I feel like if there's like a patch in the middle of the season, that might actually change. Like if some of these like first pick every game heroes get a little, you know,
10
nerfed out a
seconds
little bit,
remaining.
then we might see that change. But
See, here we pick the Night Stalker knowing that Pasky is an absolute fucking legend on this guy.
Yep.
Right? Have you seen this man pick Night Stalker?
yes, I have.
It's
Dire team back.
beautiful.
Pasky is, of course,
And it's
a
menace.
former winner. He took the Duke in season 11, and I have been of the belief I don't think Pasky ever really got the credit he deserved, perhaps for that particular lineup. I think Pasky had a quite big
10
role to play
seconds
there
remaining.
in that little
Well,
machine.
how many games of Night Stalker did he play? Because
5 seconds
If it was
remaining.
more than 4.
Team back.
ain't no doubt about that he won.
2.5. In
2.5.
the second game, he played as one half of Night Stalker. He was just a torso crawling around like the Undying zombies.
Well, you got Silencer Marcy against Night Stalker
10
Jakiro.
seconds.
Silencer is a very easily jumped upon hero by the Night Stalker. That's
And
why
1 million trash boat bans, by the way. Literally the only non-trash boat ban that you've made so far is on Undying. What's your deal with trash boat? Why do you hate him so much?
well, he's a boat covered in trash. Nobody wants that in their city.
Remaining.
That's true.
Gotta get that out of here.
Yeah, that's true.
5
They're
seconds
always
remaining.
talking about these movements. You know, where are we gonna put the trash
Yeah.
boat?
Gotta toss him into landfill.
I say we send it to Canada.
Dire team
I'm fine with that.
War.
Me not being Canadian and all.
Well, you are Canadian, Pohohoro. You're from Montreal, you fool.
Well, it's called,
Shows what you know, I guess. Yeah, oh, I get it. I get
shows
it.
what I know about
10
Canada.
seconds
You're one of
remaining.
these.
Didn't you know we've had multiple referendums trying to get the fuck out of Canada?
5
You know,
seconds.
you're one of these hardcore Quebecois nationalists, right? You don't see Quebec as part of Canada. You see it as an independent entity waiting to happen. I get it.
Disclaimer, as I am unsure of Pohoho's
Team pick.
Yeah.
political political sway, I'm going to refuse to answer this question as Poho.
What do you mean, as Pohohoro? It says yourself. You can't answer questions as somebody else. That's crazy talk. Hoodwink here to break the Centaur Warrunner. I hate that stupid little squirrel, and
10
I
seconds
never ate her
remaining.
more than when I'm playing as the
Speaking
war
of
chief.
this stupid squirrel, I just managed to
5
pull her
seconds
immortal
remaining.
from the chest because I have spent stupid amounts of money on this battle pass.
Quick, don't make your stupid item log thing on your profile private.
Eh,
Have you, speaking of this stupid squirrel, have you seen Cryptic
300
Statue?
people.
I only coincidentally just randomly looked at it when I was casting.
Wait, which team is Cryptic on again? I'm
That's
not
on
sure.
B10.
Okay, yeah. What pause is he?
He's 5.
Okay. No, I haven't actually. But if he managed to create a statue out of Hoodwink, and that bushy ass fucking tail is bigger than the Hoodwink.
Well, I mean, I'll be uploading the Bean 10 cast. I would definitely recommend that you watch, even if you're on Chrono Lucifer, as we know. But even though I would definitely recommend watching that. You know, even if the teams are. It seems like it. Because
I'll definitely check it out for some scouting against when we have to play them.
Yeah, because we show off Cryptic Statue, and it is it's one hell of a statue. I'll tell you that much.
What are you thinking about this Centaur pick?
I liked it once, but the Hoodwink
we
is
didn't-
such a counter.
Team pick.
Hoodwink is such an annoying counter. And DK, two very big, beefy boys for the front line.
Please,
These guys
pick
just
Viper.
want to jump on people and continue jumping on them.
You were getting down on your knees at this point, saying, "Please, just pick Viper so you can get rid of this guy
10
who is
seconds
inevitably
remaining.
going to be our mid in this game."
Yeah,
5 seconds remaining.
inevitably.
Virtually inevitably. I mean, unless it's a pause 1 Dragon Knight, or unless we're playing like we're doing something funny with a Night Stalker. Maybe it could be Night Stalker mid, but I don't think you would do that. That doesn't seem like your style.
Dire team
DK is a
back.
mid laner.
And there we
It is
go.
mid lane. There it is. I mean, against Dragon Knight, what other lane counters? Although,
Yeah, it's like one of the hardest counters in the whole game, and he's pretty good against basically everybody else in this lineup. The one thing you don't want is you don't want to get broken by the Hoodwink. That's it.
that is it. Because you'll
seconds
lose what
remaining.
little resistances you do have, because despite being an agility hero, we know that Viper has like 4 armor at level 30.
Yep. He does
Terrible.
have that 25% magic resistance.
Radiant team
That's your
back.
niche for him.
Which does, as math works, base 25 plus an additional 25% magic resistance adds up to only about 43% magic resistance.
It's true. I heard it on the news. Why is it like this? I can't
And
say.
I read it on a
10 seconds remaining.
I read that on a Google Chrome homepage story.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't believe that. This is the first time you've lied to me, Pohohoro. What the hell?
More like an exaggeration rather than a full-out lie.
Dire team
It was on Google Chrome. It just wasn't homepage. I had to look for it.
I think that's the important part of that, though. I don't believe. I believe that is the important issue at question here. No, Sven. Can you imagine that, the Dragon Knight Sven Night Stalker combo? I mean, that's just like it's like when the Japanese are making fun of gay people. They're like, this is what they like, and it's that.
Remaining.
Yeah.
I do not condone.
It would have been. Disclaimer: we on this show do not condone making fun of gay people. End of disclaimer.
I mean, I make fun of Bean all the time, but it is not because she's gay.
This is true.
Team back.
But it would have been a very, very trio core of just absolute and utter beef running at you with Shia LaBeouf on your team.
It was true.
Funnily enough, not playing the beef.
Yeah, he's gonna be playing as a stupid little Weedly squirrel. Now made on that one.
Yeah. Arguably the least beefy hero on that team because Jakiro has a lot of beef. It's why I love it.
Decent chance least beefy in the server. I mean, only really in competition with Silencer.
Yeah.
It's time for Lifestealer.
Honestly, less beefy than a sniper or than a silencer. I think Hoodwink actually only starts with something like a base 480 HP.
I like the Lifestealer in this game, and I don't at the same time. He's fantastic. He is unreal against Centaur Warrunner. It's like one of the most. It's like as much of a counter as Viper is in Dragon Knight. Centaur is dead, but Centaur was already kind of countered, wasn't he?
Also, like Centaur just in that lane matchup, Centaur just absolutely has like next to no chance against Lifestealer. Because Lifestealer just slaps you with his little claws, and he just saps so much life from your beefy ass health bar that you take 0 damage on Lifestealer.
I do like this.
And
go on.
I do realize that in the last game I said something that might have broken the fourth wall.
What did you say? I don't remember.
Or rather, I think it was Iceman saying that in the last game, saying that had a quintuple rampage.
Oh, you son of a bitch! You sick son of a bitch! How could you say this to me now?
Apologies.
Well, looking
blame
forward
Hollywood.
to it.
You can blame
You're telling me
Hollywood
this.
for this.
We are on the goddamn Pohohoro. What the hell is wrong with you?
I'm just known for spoilers. I'm about as bad with spoilers as the Marvel casts.
It's okay. Mickle spoiled the results of this goddamn game, so even though I didn't want to know it, he just straight up told me what it was. So.
Well, that's very unfortunate for you, and Mickle, you're not on my team.
That's true, Mickle. You aren't on Pohohoro's team. What do you think about this now, Pohohoro? Now that you've had some time to set.
Think about what exactly? Mickle not being on my team?
Yeah, Matty Boy's criminal theft of Mickle from you.
Prepare for battle.
After hearing that he has spoiled the outcome of this game, kind of liking it. We don't want no spoilers on our team. I say that having just spoiled something.
Yeah, that's true. You're the biggest spoiler of all. Yeah, this is a first. I've never had that happen before. Jesus Christ.
Apologies, I should have kept that to myself.
Alright, so...
I feel like people at this point are going to recognize me from my laugh more than anything else. Of course, I being Pohohoro.
Pohohoro, yeah. Famously, yeah. Hey, say your famous catchphrase.
You're going to have to run that by me. It's a little too late at night for me to remember my own catchphrase.
No. You got the ah. That's your catchphrase.
Well, I don't think those notes are available right now, seeing as how I am chain smoking cigarettes as we speak.
Yeah, that's true.
Disclaimer. I do not think Poho smokes. End of disclaimer.
Is this a Harambe the Hero flag on this team?
Begins.
I do believe so. And it looks like it is Shia LaBeouf's flag. knowing Crambert being in the same guild and his adoration with
Yeah, they're both in that. Yeah, okay. And I think so was
although
Rabbi, but rest in peace.
Inno and myself looking like we've taken a beating just before the lane here.
Just got a little screwed up in this lane, guys. There's a lot I like about the Grim Adventures comp, but there's one big problem with it. It's all reactive. They don't have, like... It feels like they don't really have a single hero outside of the Centaur who's, like, super countered that feels like they were picked for any other reason than just in response to what they did.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Like,
Yeah.
CK was a knee-jerk response to the Lifestealer. Viper, a knee-jerk response to the Dragon Knight. You know, and
Which
at the
is
end of the day...
funny because Lifestealer still wins that matchup over CK, like, most of the time. Because CK is also widely known for his, like, 3.8 HP gain.
Yeah, but
strength
he does have
gain.
he does have a million strength. But on the other hand, you have to hit the right one, which can be kind of tricky with the Fun
It's
Stealer.
difficult sometimes.
Ooh, dodging yourself a little Centaur stomp there.
Christ.
Something wrong?
No. Just thinking back to the start of this game.
Nothing happened. I've already forgotten it.
Sounds good.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I can't.
Radiant's
No, I try to usually keep it to one F-bomb per stream. This is one of those rare occasions where I just completely dropped that one. Goodbye, Matty Boy. First blood.
Don't worry, I've already said the F-bomb more than twice.
It's okay. I don't hold the guests to the same standards. You know, we haven't had
Fair
you on.
enough.
I think last time we had you on Pohohoro was a season 12 All-Star game. So you know, yeah, you haven't been.
What an all-star game it was.
Yeah. Do you remember who was in that All-Star game?
Not at all. It's been a while. 2 seasons, you know, about a year.
In fairness, I think I remember Otto, and the only reason I remember Otto is because he still has his role, and I just saw that in the server today. I was like, why does he have a different name color? So he had Otto von Bismarck.
Otto the Bismarck.
I remember that Lambert lost by like 1 vote. I think for pause 1, it was Otto and Chris, who heckin' loves Peru, who's also dearly departed Chris. No longer around to rhyme with Bliss. There was,
Peruvian Chris and Bliss.
Yep.
Although, Bliss is not Peruvian, I don't think.
I know one of them is
I know.
Trash Bow, but I forget who the other one was. Might have been Manoy. Probably Manoy, actually, yeah.
Probably Manoy, knowing
Trash
LD12.
Manoy. PVC Pipe gonna get pretty hammered here by you. Hero just lobbing some offense here, taking off about half of Marcy's health bar. She's got some tangos, but kind of running low.
Although-
It's not exactly what we want to have happen.
Frankly, dual breath level 1 only does about like 40 damage. Not really that worth using at level
Good
1.
dodge there, the Centaur stun by Inno here.
You
It's
know,
already
he's a
looking like
fucking
this is gonna be a very
legend.
easy lane for Inno here.
As most Centaur versus Lifestealer matchups go, especially without anybody that can like instantly lock you down from range.
Yeah, no. Again, if Tall Balls was here in this lane with like a Jakiro of his own, then we would be talking about something. But like, he's gonna just chop Pohohoro. Can't believe that
down,
happened to you.
yeah. I got a little caught out there, you know. Marcy, being the broken hero that it is, just decided to leap on top of my twin-tailed ass and
Go to town.
rip it open.
Yep. Always a shame. But that's really the only prize it feels like Centaur's gonna be able to get in this lane, and like this is a bad situation for PVC play.
Although, Lifestealer into Marcy. Marcy does also, funnily enough, have a fairly large health pool.
Has a large health pool, and is always gonna be up in his face, basically.
Yep. As the hero's main mechanic is to leap on top of you and then throw you. Like a wrestler.
Yeah, you're very well known for your love of wrestling, Pohohoro. Tell me, who's your favorite of all
Very
time?
much. Not entirely sure, but I remember seeing something funny in an interview recently where it was an interview with The Undertaker, where the interviewer asked, "So you've been in the most casket matches of any wrestler all time?" And he just sort of looked at the interviewer and went, "No shit."
I mean, that's when you just do the meme. You just look straight out and say yes.
Yes.
Remember looking at bot here, not really finding anything.
Moon River getting a couple bounty runes, or a singular bounty rune, but a bottle fill.
So far, I'm
Going
at
for
the boys.
Bracer build.
Mickle, all the balls in the world, is just gonna try and beat the crap out of Night Stalker at night. I'm gonna be able to catch him though.
Night Stalker also only at 40% HP. Trash Boat for some reason not taking a singular point in Nether Toxin.
This is gonna be the only time you hear me flame this. Why don't you have a point in your W, Trash Boat? Do you not want to kill this man?
There's a hero that has 12 HP regen in front of you, and you can break it with the press of a button. Although he is just dead.
Once he shows up, he's gonna
All
break
the
either way.
Yeah, having to wait until both Dispose and Rebound are on cooldown before being able to TP is quite a chore because both spells can cancel TPs.
Yep.
Despite Dispose not having a stun attached to it anymore.
And it was a good use of the time here by PVC Pipe, as this is a pretty safe lane.
Although, as you say,
gonna lose a lot of HP, but like, Lightstealer is Lightstealer is going to be able to sustain himself very easily on this Centaur. It's going to be a different story actually killing him, so you can expect him to do at least a little.
PVC Pipe coming in with the rebound to deny the
chance of himself living.
Error creep.
That's what he really
0.
I don't know why.
Looks like I'm taking a lot of damage from attacking that Centaur.
Yeah, for really no reason. Not really.
A little bit of no reason.
Why'd you do it, Pohohoro?
Guy.
How could you do this to me?
Well, in the moment, it looked like his health bar was going down faster than it was, but in reality, my health bar was probably going down faster than his, having probably 3 points in that retaliate.
You see, PVC, this is exactly what I'm talking about. We got the chainmail here. Not PVC, Rada. Now, the ring of he still has this ring of protection, but I assume this is for Slow Ringer, because me and Rada were talking about
probably
this
will never be upgraded.
More than likely. I mean, you kind of...
It'll just be as a casual +2 armor, which is always nice against heroes that click you as much as Lifestealer.
Yep.
And especially with the new changes that they made to Centaur, where they gave him a bunch of base damage and 4 extra regen, but took away 3 of his armor. So the Kent Tower became less of a tower, more of just a falling bag of bricks.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
You're trying to like de-tank all the tanky
Dire's
threes. I
middle
don't know why
tower
that is.
under attack.
Like every patch, Bristlebacks like strength growth gets hit, for example. Asky is quite deep in here, looking for the silence here, but timely assistance from Hoodwink is going to put him over the edge. Moon River is also here to look angry at the situation and really not do anything else. They caught the scent of CK, but the Chaos Knight is, even without boots, he's really fast, so
Dire's
that's all
middle
for that
tower
one.
is under attack.
Gonna take a look at the Viper here, but like, this ain't working. It's gonna work now, though. Wonder how different that is if Viper just drops W right at his feet the second that starts on him. Probably not much, but he likely gets at least 1 kill there. Suddenly I feel all alone again. I wonder why that might be.
This sustains.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We got the raindrops here on the Night Stalker, which is gonna be good against some of the high alpha magic damage the enemy team has to offer. Oh man, PVC's so low!
Dire's top tower is under
Matty
attack.
Boy getting
Blame
killed
me
right
one
under the
more.
tower. PVC pipe follows. Both Marcy and Silence are going down to the Lifestealer here. I think the big end-all statement about Lifestealer is that Lifestealer's numbers are kind of bad, but if he's in a very simple game, I don't think it matters. If Lifestealer really is just kind of allowed to just pop out of somebody and then right-click people, and he has nothing to worry about beyond that, then he's going to have a pretty good game. And I think you could really say that about Inno here. Like, once Lifestealer pops out, right? There's going to be global silence, and if he's not raged, that's going to suck a little bit. And then once that's over, then what? You can Viper Strike him, sure, but that's not going to do that much. And CK's very cast dependent to do damage.
Ever seen someone bleed
Yeah.
out in a net?
Needs his ult to do that damage. Very nice rage there at the last frame, probably, of that stomp.
Ooh, Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeefcake.
Excellent
sniping
shot.
out Centaur.
Does not look good for Mr. Pipe.
Does this Lifestealer have an Orb of Venom or Orb of Corrosion, or is he
No.
just vibing? You
No,
feel
he's-
like in order
he's
to
dead,
make
though.
this lane so much simpler, he might have wanted to buy one of those.
Well, I mean, Inno hasn't played since before that item was in the game, so, you know, you gotta consider that.
No. Old man Inno getting back into it.
It's kind of like Cryptic in that same way. It's always funny and when I'm talking to the Bean Team. I don't know if you know, but I do that. And I like describe things to Cryptic, and he's like, hey, here's like this thing from 6 years ago. Does that still work? Which, hey, I'm like that sometimes on the cast, so I can't blame him much. That was like the height of my organized Dota playing, and the last time I really casted before LD2L as well, so.
Fair enough.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't remember when I started watching Dota, but it's been a while.
Well, I mean, it was back when you were like,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
20 or 21, so 2013? That is about how old Pohohoro is, I should say.
Of course, I knew that, as Pohohoro.
Yeah, as Pohohoro, you are Pohohoro. I know it's kind of
Although
odd
the
for me to
nerfs-
refer to that, but you know.
Yeah, the nerfs on the Viper Q are pretty big, so we weren't that scared picking DK into Viper when it wasn't banned.
Dire's top tower.
It's true, but it's still like just, well, I mean, it literally doesn't matter if Viper's doing any damage to you or not. It'll just stand in the W and melt, please, you know?
Yes. It's sort of like the sniper shrapnels, where a sniper just throws a shrapnel down on your lane, and you're like,
Dire's top tower.
what am I going to do about this? And the answer is like nothing. Yeah, we figured Lifestealer is a great pick here because it's got DK and it's got Night Stalker, two great Lifestealer carrying vessels to just bring that man into the front lines of any fight anywhere.
Yep, there's going to be no shortage of transportation elements here. I imagine it's mostly going to be, and it's a very good thing, the Night Stalker, because, you know, when it's at night, not only, you know, sometimes the guy's flying, but, you know, you have the vision trade thing, so it's harder to see coming, even on your wards.
Yep. And although people looking at the quick buy of our Lifestealer here might be wondering why the fuck he's queuing up a Manta style, it's actually quite an intuitive play against the Silencer and the Viper. To have another way to dispel silences without having to buy just a BKB.
Now, some of you might also be wondering why, if Lifestealer wants that, he doesn't just have, say, Night Stalker build a Lotus Orb. Well, the answer to that is really simple.
Very good reason there.
I know. Yeah, I know. I was actually the one who was whispering into Inno's ear, who I told him that.
Good.
Yeah, you could also have Viper, or not Viper. You could have Lifestealer just build a Yules. I mean, that would work.
Yeah. There's also the boots item. Yeah, Greaves. That's what it's called. You could have your Lifestealer build Guardian Greaves to
This is
instantly
a
dispel
really
yourself.
chaotic fight. Night
This
Stalker
is-
gonna start by just going down here.
Nether Toxin, got the Macro Pyre down. CK seems to be just murdering everybody. Lifestealer
Lifestealer's just
was
kinda caught
inside
in the middle of everything.
Hoodwink, but that global usage was very late into this fight, but it doesn't seem to have mattered because the double damage Viper and the CK just seem to have murdered everybody.
Yep.
Silencer surviving this fight was pretty
No, he's
bad
not.
until he died to his tower.
Okay. Ah!
Um, But he did end that fight with 3 bonus intelligence stolen, or 6 bonus intelligence stolen, which is mighty annoying for a team filled with dumb strength heroes and Hoodwink.
1,986 gold falling
Radiant's
directly into the
middle tower
Radiant's
is under
pockets here.
attack.
Let's take a look at this net worth chart.
And,
Probably a little bit overdue.
In that fight recap, Viper capping off the damage charts there.
Let's see how much.
4K damage.
3,955, yeah. About 4,000.
Almost alone dealing more damage than the entirety of the Dire team.
And dealing about half of his team's entire damage output, yeah.
In that fight alone.
Yes.
Double damage Viper is very powerful indeed, especially when you have something like a Marcy that can give you lifesteal and 50 bonus damage.
Sadly, he does not have the shard, so it's not going to be a habit.
Going straight into the BKB here is probably the right call, seeing as how many stuns our team has. But,
Yeah, you got the DK stun, you got the DK Dragon Breath, which Viper doesn't want a part of either. You've got the Night Stalker Silence, which is really bad for him. You've got the Hoodwink crap. And you've got your stuff. All of which is blocked by BKB. It's definitely going to be a big BKB game for the Grim Adventures.
Dire are scanning.
Hey, what happened to that guy I casted game 1 with anyway? It just hit me.
Sustains.
I don't know, it looked like you were changing casters multiple times throughout game 1, but
Yeah.
it's definitely not Ray anymore.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Randy?
Good question. He fell asleep, probably.
Have I publicly exposed? No, I don't think I should. I don't think I should say that. I think somebody would be mad.
Well, my DMs are always open if you wish to privately expose people.
Yeah. I'll
I am
I'll
known
tell
in the community for loving some gossip.
I'll tell you this fact about Randy
Radiant's top tower
after
is
we
under
wrap
attack.
up recording here.
Sounds good. Oh, Hoodwink
Goodbye.
almost getting the DK stunned out of his teleport. Thankfully, Hoodwink or Marcy's W range is nerfed and therefore was not in range to stun the DK out of his TP. Therefore, he gets out alive. Sadly, Hoodwink does not. Good riddance. That squirrel is toxic.
Yeah, I mean, good. I mean, I wish they both died. I hate Hoodwink, and I hate all mid DK pickers. If you pick mid DK, you're not my friend anymore. Oh, okay, no, never mind. I'll take that back. If you pick mid DK, you're my friend as long as you're on the enemy team. PvC Pipe just gonna go down here in a big confrontation at bot. It feels like Grim Adventures really did not have much of a plan on how to deal with this particular fight, as they just kind of all
And our
try to
wonderful carry player, Ino, is just going to slap down that
Dire's
silencer.
structures are fortified.
Yep. Again, it's just like, it just kind of feels like there's really not any reasonable way. Like, it's basically like, if you catch Lifestealer in the Viper Break Juice during Global Silence, and CK is beating him up, then you can kill him. That's like the bar on how to kill Lifestealer in this game, and god damn is that a lot. So anytime like the whole team isn't there, you can basically expecting he's gonna be running over people.
See, at this point, Ino was like, I feel really strong, so like we had a good estimation that he was probably topping the net worth charts.
And he was, you were right. Damn, Mistman, look at
yeah.
that crystal ball. Of course, you would have also seen that the lead is a bit tenuous, as he's only 100 gold ahead of CK. But, I mean, CK is carrying a Midas, so de facto he is going to be at a much lower net worth here.
Yeah, in such a Midas-driven economy that Dota 2 has currently driven itself into, it was a little surprised that such a hero that loves attack speed like Lifestealer didn't pick it up.
Yeah, he didn't
But
get one
we
himself.
trusted him. We trusted him to know what he was doing, and he wanted to go for an earlier game fighting build, I guess.
And so far,
What
that's
did you
definitely
do?
been paying dividends. I mean, he's probably got
Yeah.
more money from just getting random casual kills on the enemy team so far than he probably would have with the Midas in the same time. Especially when you consider the Midas input. Lifestealer just jumped right into the Night Stalker here, who's just gonna beat the hell out of PvC, but Lifestealer jumps out too early! Now he's got the Centaur ult to worry about, but
I don't think he jumped out too early. It was just a really well-timed Centaur ult to be able to get the Marcy outside of the radius of that silence. And Lifestealer's slows are not effective when Centaur ulted because you're basically hasted.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
yep, I mean, now you know that Centaur is gonna drop
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh man, just watching Viper try to push us without shard is like pulling teeth. Please, trash mode, I know you don't believe in it, just build it! You got a CK, just build it!
It's in his queue. He's
I know
working
it's
on
in
it.
his, I know it's in his queue, but it's 20 minutes, bro, come on.
It's only 5 minutes after he could have bought it, and I think he needed the BKB.
Well then, simply farm more, I don't know.
As you can see,
You're a
I've
plus
built
two, come on.
yeah, just be better. Be better, boat trash. As you can see, I've built a Veil of Discord. It builds out of my favorite item, Ring of Basilius.
And a crown, and a recipe.
And a crown because I am the queen, of course.
Yep. It's an item that we haven't seen a lot of this season, and I don't know,
Dire's top tower
I do
is
feel
under
like
attack.
it's a bit of a surprise, I mean...
As
doesn't
good as
Dire's
Veil of
structures
Discord
are
is,
fortified.
I just feel like
Radiant's middle
there's...
tower is under attack.
You know, looking back on it, there's other items I could have gone for. Like, you know, they have a CK, they have a Viper, they have a Marcy, all heroes that want to stick on top of the hero and, you know, try to run them down. I feel like a Force Staff or a Glimmer Cape preventing them from just beating on all of my carries might have been a good thing.
Radiant's middle
On the other
tower
hand, I
is
do
under
gotta
attack.
say, I don't know how much your carries, like, need that. Like, okay, so the carries are not gonna be able to gather up on and beat
Radiant's
down
bottom
the
tower
Night
is under
Stalker.
attack.
That is just simply not an option. If they try to do that, they're all gonna die. Oh, smoke ain't coming for you. You pulled them a very long way here. Like, they just had to run all the goddamn way up mid to finally get you here.
Yeah, reminds me of somebody else I know, where they die a lot, but their deaths quite often are self-serving.
Bonus?
Yeah.
Matty Boy got his Force Staff. Oh, you're dropping the unironic XD in chat.
Unironic XD.
Some
In response to Matty Boy's oop.
I've played a couple of games with Kai, and the way I absolutely know we're going to lose the game is when he drops the unironic X parentheses in chat. It's like, okay, this is over.
Dire's bottom tower is under
A very
attack.
well-timed blink by Moon River there to get out of the pull by CK before getting hit.
Yep, almost
CK
the
not
perfect
recasting the stun so that it
Dire's
flies.
bottom tower has fallen.
I'm sure it is in. Just gonna make pushing very, very easy for this team, actually. Between the Viper and the CK, you know, usually you're not looking at a lineup with like a Lifestealer DK on it, and it's saying these Jakiro, it's saying these guys are gonna get really heavily outpushed. But I mean, look at this thing, though.
Yeah. Even Night
Okay.
Stalker has a fairly respectable amount of...
CK kind of just owned himself a little bit there. Just pulled Lifestealer and Night Stalker to a great position for the enemy team. Or for them to beat up the enemy team.
Immediately
So far,
forcing...
actually.
Immediately forcing his Viper and himself to pop his EKBs.
Yep, and so now, when we're getting to the end of this fight, it's Looking very
Great
curtains-esque.
stun timing by me to a safe pass kid. It's good he didn't try to go in here, because at this point I think he dies to retaliate damage.
Yeah.
As Hoodwink almost did.
So they get their kill on the Lie Stealer. That's very good. That's a major objective for Grim Adventures. But like that was such an unfortunately timed pull on CK. He just pulled Lie Stealer into position where when he popped out of Night Stalker, he hit everybody with the Infest. And then he was right
Although,
in the middle.
If you click on my Night Stalker here,
Radiant's top
I
tower is under
do
attack.
suggest that he, there's a very good shard item. Okay, it's in his queue, never mind. He just hadn't farmed enough up until now.
Yep.
That shard is extremely broken. 35% health and 25% of your max mana at all times. It's a little good. You can use it mid-team fight to just gain 40% of your health back.
Yep.
Radiant's bottom
Eat some
tower
random
is under
creep.
attack.
On a 20-second
Radiant's
cooldown.
structures are fortified.
Just so
Use
long
your
as
own
you're near
creep.
a wave.
You can cast it on your own creep, you can cast it on an enemy creep.
And you can even
cast
buy
it
a
on your-
Holy Locket if you want the enemy team to cry.
Yep.
But I mean
I've
that's
seen somebody play Faceless Void with a Holy Locket.
that's less practical than it is funny. Light Stealer is going to try and hit his Q to stop the Viper Strike, blissfully unaware that it does not do that. And again, it feels
Climb right
like
up Night Stalker's asshole
Yep.
and wait for Viper's BKB to end, and once Viper BKB ends, they just rip him to shreds.
yeah. Yeah, this is getting very, very rough very fast. It feels like they have like it's already hard enough to deal with the Lie Stealer, but they're getting put into situations where he's getting these really good infest bombs really frequently. Like, it's already bad enough that this comp is going to have issues with them, but they're not playing too optimally. Also, real PVC.
Yeah. This does seem like a very good Lifestealer game, although Moon River pulling up with the top net worth on the mid DK. DK not known for its extreme farming capabilities, but I guess when you go Midas on this hero, it has the ability to just free farm its way to the top of the net worth charts.
Yet the only other
Buying
competitor
boots of
nearby
travel
also.
and a blink. Buying boots of travel and a shard at the same time because he'd saved up like 4,000 gold.
It's always a bad sign when I'm in a game and I'm just sitting on 4,000 gold, because if I'm doing that, it's just like, I don't feel like any item helps me where I'm sitting.
Yeah.
So if you ever see me in a game sitting with that much amount of gold, trust me, it's because I'm miserable. You wouldn't think that. You would think a man with a lot of money would be very happy, but I'm only really happy if my bank account is dry.
If you see me in the game and I've got 4,000 gold, it's because
What the
I've
hell is
forgotten to
going
spend
on?
it. In what way?
If you see you in a game and you have 4,000 gold, what the hell is going on in this game that has allowed this situation to take place? CK is going to get totally
An
jumped on
ultra
here.
kill.
Having a hard
No,
time
see,
doing anything about
because-
this BKB though.
Yeah, we did not draft any BKB piercing disables, but our DK is tanky AF, as one would say. And
That's
it's just
super
beating
worse.
down the enemy Viper, who is weak
Died.
to physical damage.
CK,
Has just passed away.
yep, CK is gone. Marcy gone. Silencer gone. Kind of lame he's the last in the fight, but he's dead. Everybody's dead. It really seems like there's just no way
Radiant's
Grim
top
Adventures
tower
could
has
possibly
fallen.
win this game. I don't know. I know I said I knew that the result at the top of the chart here, so I have to pretend it's like a big surprise and that Mickle didn't just DM me exactly what happened, basically. But like, yeah, oh, it's so goddamn hard to do anything about the Lifestealer this game.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yeah,
Like there was one
unless
way.
they just catch him with a global silence before he gets his ult off, and then have enough follow-up catch to be able to permastun him so that he dies. However, they drafted enough stuns to do it, they just haven't managed to pull it off yet.
They haven't managed to live long enough for that to be a viable option since like the very earliest part of the game. I mean, that's the biggest problem.
Seeing
Like I
as
said,
how
there really is.
Night Stalker and DK do a fuck ton of damage.
It's like I said, there really is. There's one path. It's like you've got to get Silencer, not Silencer. You got to get Lifestealer in the break glue and silenced, and just stunned out.
And
you got to get
at the
everything on
moment,
him.
he's got enough health that you need to have follow-up stuns to kill him. And you need to also not have your Marcy yoink him out of the follow-up goo, because that is also a theoretical possibility.
Yeah, that would be very bad. And then, once you do that, well, fantastic. Now you get these two big, beefy guys, the Dragon Knight and the Night Stalker.
Have stuns or silences that are able to prevent you from following up. And they both have blink daggers.
And I mean, most
And
importantly
BKB.
of all, it's like, even in the magic opportunity, you do get all that stuff to come together to actually kill Lifestealer. Well, then what are you going to do about them? That's the real question.
I
The
mean,
answer
without
is,
Lifestealer,
nothing.
without Lifestealer, I feel like they have enough. We have enough. The enemy team has enough damage.
Well, clearly
Through
not,
RDK and our
because
Nut.
they've had these fights where Lifestealer dies relatively quickly, and then DK and Night Stalker just eat everybody.
Fair enough.
So, you know, apparently not, Bubsy. Apparently not.
Being a vampire, Night Stalker is really quite good at eating other people.
Oh, I thought you were saying that as, like, somebody with expertise. I thought you were a well-known vampire in the Dota community for a second there. Yeah, you wouldn't hold out on me. You wouldn't just, keep it secret from me all these years that you've actually been a vampire the whole time, right?
I mean, God knows, look at the time. What do you expect, really? Make your own assumptions.
You have been my stream mod for 3 seasons of LD2L, and you never told me this, huh?
Radiant's
I see how it
middle
is.
tower is under attack.
It's unfortunate that it's had to come to this.
That's a really
yeah.
good Centaur ult. It's a really good Centaur ult, actually. It split the hell out of this fight and made this so impossible for them to take comfortably. Only one problem, CK is now just in the middle of, God knows
It's a
where.
really good Centaur ultimate. It just managed to be that Lifestealer didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. He's still got Aegis when this is all over.
And we'll have his Q by the time his Aegis is back.
And Jakiro, you are also here.
Yep.
You try to get the funny
down.
kill, yep. Try to get the funny kill on Matty Boy there, and you do succeed, and you get tipped by your team for doing so.
Everyone knows Matty Boy is a well-known memer around the community, so some people will always be happy to see him die.
That is
In a game
like,
of Dota 2, of course.
yeah, that is like a
Radiant's middle
Viper
tower
denies
has
a
been
tower.
It's a cathartic feeling.
That's got to be a big-time morale break for the Grim Adventures there. That was such an awesome team fight. They just did everything right, but the numbers game and the draft game have just eluded them so badly here. It does not matter. The most perfect
Is
thing
that
that
a
could
life-
possibly have happened.
Stealer or a Pudge, because that guy is fat, and he do not care about your perfect team fights.
Yeah.
He's just going to exist, he's going to be on top of your heroes, and he is going to kill them all.
We'll say I do think the supports are doing a good job keeping around the comfortable line of where a support should be. Pohohoro has had some issues in the past, especially, and by that I mean you, of course. I've had some issues in the past of, like, you know, being the, what I call the sub for support, where, you know, it's like, you know, 30 minutes and you're like level 10.
Yeah.
Not this time, though. It's definitely, I definitely am seeing. I think you took those particular comments to heart, it seems, because I do notice that you're doing a good job sticking at least, like, sticking near unimportant sources of XP, like taking the small camp when literally nobody wants to do that anymore, and like you've got nothing better to do. Like that's a good example of what I'm talking about. Pushing out the lanes. Okay.
That or I've just jacked every tome. I don't remember.
Yeah.
As it happened. That's a very, very early BKB.
Yeah, he just tried to BKB TP. He really had no intention.
In front of an
fight
Abyssal
here.
Blade and a Basher.
Yep. I think that was the Abyssal reveal, in fairness.
I think Night Stalker might have a Basher as well. As it turns out, Night Stalker does indeed have a Basher. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, like a bash trade or something.
Working on it.
Mikkel tries to get out of here,
And,
let's
you
check that
know,
out.
with the RTZ Bash luck, getting it on the third hit, preventing the TP, just when it looks like they're going to escape.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And by the RTZ Bash luck, I mean in the RTZ versus Vici Gaming, where he solo rampaged the entire enemy team.
Wow, Pohohoro, I didn't know you were a big Arteezy fan.
EG is my scene.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought you were bigger on the OGs, but, you know, sure, I'll let that pass. Hey, have you seen that clip where Arteezy is like at a bowling alley and he's like, "This one's for the boys." He just rolls a gutter, and then the cameraman's like, "I feel bad for the
Radiant's
boys."
middle tower has fallen.
Yeah,
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
That's a very good clip.
it's a great.
Radiant's middle
Very
barracks
good clip.
has fallen.
You seen that clip of RTZ still farming?
Radiant structure.
No, but I bet I can imagine basically what it's like.
Yeah. So he's playing anti-mage, right?
Yep.
And there's creeps,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just hitting them endlessly.
And there's Viper.
Oh,
and
Viper
he's being hit
jumped on
endlessly.
again here.
They actually have to
Oh.
pop the Centaur ult, even though he's BKB'd here. CK
Yeah,
is just in as bad of a
disengaged.
spot as he can possibly be. But Viper,
Oh.
not Viper, Lifestealer is actually looking real
Lifesteal
low
is
here.
He dies.
Yeah, he is
The
actually
big
gonna go
beefy
down.
core on the enemy team. And Viper gets the kill, netting him a pretty penny off of that kill.
Yep. So you're in this game. How do you feel when that happened?
Are under attack.
You know, we were a little scared because we just gave the enemy Viper actually just 1,000 gold.
Gold remains.
And, you know, we had tried to push into their base. You know, we did have a full lane of, 2 full lanes of Rex.
Yep. And you did
Off of
forget.
that.
You did have a bit of a sigh of relief when the enemy team forgot to get rid of that wave up top and just let them take out the range Rex for free for no reason. Not like those range
Yeah.
Rex are gonna stand up to any scrutiny, but you know.
Of course. Like, a mean look would have killed that ranged Rex. Thank you for laughing at my joke, Shia. PVC coming in with the D ward, only having a BKB 40 minutes into the game. PVC also known for his sort of famine support play
Yep.
sometimes in the past.
Yeah, he's
Seems like
definitely
we are
been on that
getting
spot.
a recurring theme, or
at the
a
very
little
least, he's
revision
saying-
to his past year.
At the very least, he's staying competitive XP-wise, which is likely a steady diet of tomes mostly, but whatever. If you're not, like, miserably behind, and I've seen people who are miserably behind even when they're crushing tomes, that's fine.
Unfortunately, it does seem like this Lifestealer has been absolutely shredding this Marcy in most every fight,
Yeah.
as is frankly expected of this matchup. That is a 4k health DK.
Yeah, when Lifesteal's inside, it's
Uh,
very easy to forget sometimes. I think a lot of people do forget that the Lifestealer Infested has a massive HP bonus. So if you jump in on somebody who's already been infested,
1200 HP bonus at level 3.
Centaur just ults for absolutely no reason there. Honestly, I think Lifestealer should have just stayed in the DK, just watch the DK kill the silencer there. That means it's way more likely that the enemy team gets cocky, closes in on DK, and then just explodes.
True, but they would also be wondering how the fuck DK has 4100 HP.
I mean,
With,
hey, A, that's not that unrealistic
one
for
HP.
DK, but, and B, you know, that is going to
Especially
require you to
because he
just
didn't
randomly...
take the 400 health talent
But they don't
at
know
level
that.
15.
They don't know that.
You can click on the DK
I mean-
and find out.
I don't think you can see enemy traits. I think it just shows up as radio in-game.
Sean has fallen to the
That
dire.
is true. No.
Lifestealer got open wounds.
You might be able to. I'm not 100% sure. Lifestealer and DK both hitting 25 at the same time,
Yep.
roughly. So we
Lifestealer
have a
getting
couple
25
of very
manias.
scary, beefy boys. I
Rage
do believe that
duration,
this
I guess
game,
it's
the
fine.
rage duration, is pretty absurd and like really good.
On the other hand, so
I
is the
do-
Feast Lifesteal, so
So is the Feast
well for
Lifesteal.
choice here.
Going for the Rage.
Yep, he goes for the rage.
I do really like the Scotty pickup. It allows you to stick on top of the Viper better, which is like the only hero that's really doing damage to you at this point. When your things, or the biggest issue probably for you, despite the fact that CK is actually dealing the damage, Viper's the one keeping you there.
Right.
With the ultimate on
and
Viper.
breaking the hell out of your armor with the shard too is so enabling CK to do the damage.
8 stacks of minus armor, and it's 1 per stack. -8 armor is more than Desolator.
Yep.
Recently
also,
played a game of DK.
Oh, got magic resist reduction there.
Yeah.
So go on, you recently played a game.
Of DK.
Right, you played as
Decided to
Donkey
go
Kong.
for a bit of a very odd build that one would not normally see. We ended up winning that game, but
How many deaths
was
did you have at the
interesting.
end of it?
A fair few actually, because it's DK. That man is beef.
See, if you recognize this person's, who's definitely Pohohoro's voice, you know why I just asked that question.
Yeah. And if you know anything about the person whose voice you may or may not recognize, you'll know their response.
Right. You'll know their response has nothing to do with the hero in question.
Yes. Also, this 3-man AoE DK done
Ultra kill.
was
Rampage.
like absolutely pristine to see.
Rampage. Rampage.
Rampage. Foreshadowing. You know, I've got a weird feeling of deja vu about this.
No, Night Stalker! You bastard! Matty Boy
Bastard.
calls it Chiefs and we're getting out of here. There we go, that's another
Rampage.
one. El Rampago, El Rampago. Goddamn,
There's
dude.
a quintuple Rampage.
Well, I mean, that was just a very simple game, wasn't it? I mean, it just comes down to this. Like, if Grim Adventures has a Bane instead of the Silencer, I just don't know how Chrono Lucifer could possibly win this match, but that's just not how it went down.
Unfortunately, it did not. Bane is also a very good counter into Lifestealer, because, admittedly, Lifestealer needs mana to cast his Q, and Bane's ultimate, especially with the level 15 talent, drains 50%, or something like 70% of his mana bar.
Yeah, it's going to get rid of his mana, it's going to keep him still, it does not care if he's enraged, and most importantly, that Q, it happens whether anything else happens or not. So, yeah, bring on the silence, bring on the stun. It doesn't matter. If Bane got the Q on Lifestealer, he's getting his last laugh anyway. It's a great counter to him. I think it's a better counter to Jug than people give it credit for as well.
Yep.
But either way.
Although you also are able to save people from Omnislash if you're far enough away and don't let it bounce to you with your E in that instance.
That is correct. So here's the deal. This is a very binary game. I think Grim Adventures they just had to answer the Lifestealer, and there's just nothing on their list that let them do so. You got the Halberd in on the Viper, that was a good pick. I think the Viper pick in general here actually did them a lot of work, but it's like, everything else, it's like, the CK had a positive KDA, good job CK, but it felt like just all he was able to do was just kind of come in, get kills at the end of a fight. The Centaur Warrunner had some great ults. That's great, Centaur. Now kill someone. The Marcy had some good saves. That's great, Marcy. Now kill someone. Silencer, some great global silences. He even got a kill at the beginning of the game. Like, that's pretty much what we're looking at here, right? Everybody's very reactive. Everybody's very defensive. And while Grim Adventures was able to, like, stand up to the enemy team for a while, they sure as hell weren't able to, like, kill them. And, it does not matter how big a wall is, eventually it's just going to get worn away. There's nothing stopping it.
Yep.
Just a flood that was not parted.
Nothing. The flood that was the Stealer of Life. Nikes.
Nakes, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's what they get. I mean, I know I said this before, but I just want to say it another time on the cast. Everybody always talks about, oh, Matty Boy, he stole Mickle from you, right? And everybody knows that. But I mean, really, what the biggest deal is, we were going to get tall balls. Bean 10 was going to get tall balls. It goes to the last round. You can hear me when we're doing the picks, because I'm in the captain chat, right? I say on the last round, I think we're going to get who we want, and then Matty randomly snipes at tall balls like 2 picks before me, and you can hear me go, shit. Alright? That happened. And then I told Bean to pick Heller, and then you know what? She doesn't listen to me. She picks some random idiot instead who just feeds every game. So I say...
Yeah, I played like 2 games with that guy. He died like 20 times.
So I say, hell with Matty Boy. Hell with whoever that guy is. And hell with this series. 1-1 here, it is kind of hard to see this being not a 2-0 with the original lineup. I'm sorry. I mean, Cranberry Sprite's a good player. He's just not a mid-man. And Trashboat really was only able to have this kind of impact because he is that. It is a Learn Dota 2 league. It's not the I already know Dota 2 league. So you're going to see that sometimes. So it's, yeah, no slight on Cranberry here.
I feel like Matty and the boys, if they want to have like Cranberry, who's a very good offlaner, in the mid lane, playing his best in the mid lane, they need to start picking faster heroes. Heroes that get like 1 or 2 simple items. I don't know what they have been picking, but I feel like this would be their
Tiny.
suggestion to them.
He's been Tiny. He's been Quap. I think he had a Lush game, but I'm not sure. And he's had some
like your offlaner essence of hero. You can do things like you can throw a Mars mid, you can throw Pangolier. Yeah. I've seen that man absolutely shit stomp on Pango. As much as you may dislike Pangolier mid.
Oh no, it's not the Pango mid. It's the Mars at all ever right now. Pick.
Yeah. It's theoretically doable.
Yeah, there you go. In theory.
Mars, Pango.
I honestly think it's just like. You have 2 different lanes. You have 2 different lanes of people who are kind of first timing in their role. Matty Boy is not a support main. The only people on the entire lineup who are somewhere that they're comfortable, basically, are you've got Mickle and you've got PVC Pipe.
PVC Pipe. Tall Balls is what role? Remind me.
Tall Balls is usually support. He's 4 and 5, mostly 4.
Well, then, in my suggestion might be to. Let people play their more comfortable roles. Maybe do a little bit of role swapping. I know
the problem is there is no mid. It's like there is no configuration you can really make on Grim Adventures to like get it to come out right. It's like the way that they have it is like honestly probably the strongest version of their team. Like I think maybe the alternative is like Cranberry 1, Mickle 2. Like that's it. Here's my thought. I think it's just go crazy. Do what the Roche Riders did. Roche Riders were this exact situation. Healy's not a 1 player. I don't think Ghoul was a 3 player either, right? You know, you had some guys who were kind of in uncomfortable positions. I think just go crazy. Just pick these off-the-wall strats that the enemy has no idea what is coming. Do nothing conventional. Just go completely mad. Be Mad Hatters. And you've got, I mean, for starters, you've got Roche Riders alumni at PVC Pipe. He was the captain of that team. I think Cranberry Sprite, I think that goes to his strength. I think it plays into Tall Balls' strength because I think Tall Balls likes to try and go for the riskier, more out there strats. And of course, Matty Boy has nothing to lose.
I feel like if they were to do that, they could rename their team to the Matt Hatters.
If you're somebody you know wants to learn Dota 2 at a casual or more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg to sign up today. Too late to join the season, but we're always looking for stand-ins, spots, 3 dojo, rockin' and rollin'. Good night, everybody.